All right, stop. If you're about to buy your first luxury watch, this 5-minute video could save you thousands. My name is Roman Sharf. I've been in the watch business for over 20 years, here to share some thoughts, knowledge, and a little bit of entertainment with you guys. So number one, understand your actual wearing habits. Everybody has a different lifestyle. You have your office guys versus your traveler versus your casual wearer. If you're gonna wear it every day, make sure you get something that can take a beating. If you have a rotation piece that's for special occasions, that perhaps is a different story. You may choose to go with something that is more fragile, if you will, right? Or precious metal, which is something most people don't wanna wear every day. While watching watch reviews is great, nothing matters more than actually trying the watch on. Now you'll say, Roman, well, I don't really have any ADs or watch dealers in the area that I'm in. I live somewhere in a rural area. Buy somewhere where you can return the watch with no questions asked. So to recap, number one, think about your lifestyle. Think about whether this is going to be a daily wear or a rotational piece. Make sure you have the capability to try the watch on. Moving on to number two. Interesting statistic for you. 73% of buyers eventually regret their first watch purchase and wish they purchased a different watch. So make sure you ask yourself all the right questions. Do I love the watch? Or do I love the fact that everyone else loves the watch? And this is usually what happens. You end up buying the watch that you don't really want and you end up moving to somebody else. You're either trading up or you're trading down, but you're losing money. What I always tell people is ask yourself what's important to you. And that is, A, the heritage, the name, the hype, the history, the watchmaking, the finishes, the complications. There's so many things that go into buying a watch, right? And compare. Take the hype stuff and compare it to brands that have been around for a couple of hundred years, like Breguet or Blancpain, that let's say won't get as many likes than posting a Rolex Submariner, right? While everybody chases the same 5 watches, which again, nothing wrong with that, smart collectors do their research ahead of time and figure out what syncs to them so they avoid having to trade stuff in that they don't want. So to recap, number two, do your due diligence. Don't be part of that 73%. And really don't forget to ask yourself, do I love this watch and why do I love this watch? Point number three, and I mentioned this a bit earlier, and that is, what is your total cost of ownership? Right? So you have servicing charges, right? This can range anywhere from $300 all the way out to $3,000. And in some cases of complicated pieces, it can be in tens of thousands of dollars. You also have insurance. Expect to pay for that on a yearly basis. And then of course there's depreciation. Yes, newsflash, watches are not an investment. I've said it for 20 plus years, they're an expensive toy. Now the market's changed and prices do go up and retail prices do go up. But it's a very small exception to majority of the watch market. 99% of the watches out there will depreciate in value, not appreciate in value. So I don't know if I need to recap number three. I think it was pretty clear, but the biggest thing that you should take away from this part of the video is think about the hidden cost ahead. We're halfway through and I'm gonna talk to you about authenticity and verification. Don't get burned. Guy came into the office just the other day. He was trading in a Rolex. He called in, talked to the sales guy. Hey, I wanna buy this watch and I wanna trade this watch. And it was a Rolex. He paid $18,000 for that Rolex. When he came in, we told him whoever sold it to you must have paid $200 because it's a fake watch. So many red flags out there. So I'm gonna give you the 6-point visual inspection that we do on every watch. Number one, starting with serial and reference numbers. Easiest thing to do, and you'd be surprised how many times people will not look at serial numbers. Talk about dials and hands. Examine things like text alignment, lume plots, hand length. Compare it side by side to higher resolution shots that you can find all over the internet. Inspect the metal finishing. Real cases have very crisp edges. Uniform brushing. Luxury watches feel more dense. They feel a lot more balanced. Sometimes you take a watch, if something feels off just by holding the watch, that should be a red flag for you. I talked about papers earlier, documentation and provenance. Once you match your card numbers, your sales receipts, your service papers on the physical watch, and the numbers all match, great. The provenance is, again, by the dealer, not the watch. It's that simple 6-point inspection. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be in the business 20 years to go through that. And again, have recourse by the dealer. Point number 5 is hype versus value. This comes with an asterisk because coming up with an equation to spot value in the watch may differ from person to person. For you, the user, the formula is very, very simple. Make it a point system. Say, hey, horology, movement, finishes, history, hype, overall aesthetic, material. This is on a scale of 1 to 10 is what's most important to me. Figure out approximate price should be for the watch by utilizing outside tools. There are plenty of websites out there now, like Every Watch, like Watch Charts, that actually will show you median pricing for the models that you're looking at over years. You take your time, do your research, come up with your own formula, and go by that formula. My final point, how to build a long-term buying relationship. You're gonna say, oh, Roman, you're gonna explain to me how to build a relationship with my AD so I can get an auto list? No, I'm gonna show you how to build a relationship with a dealer. Trust, Trust is the most important thing. Everything stems from trust. If you have a relationship with us, an AD, or anybody out there that's in the industry, you will get best pricing, you will get the first choice, and you will get some extra service. And building a relationship with us doesn't necessarily mean, oh, well, I got to buy at least 10, 20 watches before I build that kind of relationship. Absolutely not. You have no idea how many times I've developed a relationship with people that have never even bought anything from me. But I see they're constantly engaged on videos such as this on YouTube. They're emailing questions, they're asking questions, they're reposting my stuff. These 7 principles have not only saved my clients millions of dollars, but they've also saved me millions of dollars because I go by the same principles. And last but not least, I would like to ask you or comment on this video, what stage are you in? Are you a first-time buyer? Are you upgrading? Are you a seasoned collector? And as always, if you want to reach me, send me a DM on my Instagram at Roman Sharf. I may not answer you instantly, but you will get an answer. Other than that, as I say, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching.